Hi, this is Joe Shahada from Top Tier Capital. Well, we finally had a definitive breakout of this upward trend channel we've been in for months, and this happened here on Thursday with that close that was much below the channel. And now what we're looking for to confirm lower prices moving forward is a failed retest of this bottom line. This bottom line was previous support, now it's going to be proven to be resistance. If we can break out a back up, then we're going to just assume the trend is still on, but if we fail a retest here, then I would definitely assume lower prices moving forward. And the reason for that is you can just assume as this being an overextension of support, because it can happen sometimes when we get, pretty short-term oversold. It can happen where we get, big time below support. And so here's an example of that actually happening on the chart, a little bit earlier on. So we had this previous uptrend channel here, and then on this red bar, we had a definitive breakout of support. Now, right after that, we kind of went right back up into that line. We tested it for about a day or two, and we went right back into this channel, and prices moved higher for the next couple of weeks. So you can see the importance of this failed breakout. That's what this is considered a failed breakout. This is just an overextension of support. So if we would have failed here and moved down, then that's a definitive breakout. And we actually have an example of that too, and I'll show you that in the euro. This just happened recently in the euro, and we have been talking about it as it was occurring. So we have this wider upward trend channel here, and we had a definitive breakout down here. We kind of chugged along a little bit, flirting with this area of resistance. And wouldn't you know it, we tried to get into this channel, and we failed it. You could either have used that as your failure level, if you were gutsy, or this red bar as your failure level. But you can see that we're currently still kind of in a downtrend, and where the prices have been moving lower ever since that happened. So we broke trend definitively here, and we failed this resistance area, and so prices have been moving lower. We'll have to see if they can continue to move lower, but either way, it's a pretty decent sell-off, especially from the highs over here. So let me show you the other charts. They all look pretty much the same. The Russell's doing the exact same thing, definitive breakout. If we get back into the channel, just like the rest of them, then higher prices. Otherwise, sideways to lower prices. That is that one. Let me show you the Dow. Now the Dow's a little bit different, but kind of the same. We had this sideways action in the Dow here. This has been going on for far too long. What we're looking for here is either a breakout to the upside, which would probably put us back into this upward trend line, which would be the same thing as the others. As long as we're out in that uptrend, we just got to assume higher prices with that one. But for now, we're going to just assume sideways prices because we're more stuck in this sideways channel than anything. If we break out definitively below this channel, then I would definitely assume lower prices in the Dow. But for now, just sideways action, maybe a little bit higher because we're kind of still flirting with the top of this uptrend area. So that's that one. Oops. And then the Nasdaq, same sloppy sideways action that's been going on for a while. Now, while the other indices were moving up, this one was just going sideways, and Apple's to blame for that, but that's for a whole nother story. We had a couple of breakout attempts here. This was kind of a failed one. This was another one, the most recent one. It was a big failure. When we had this breakout, we all pretty much assumed higher prices, but it's not what we got. We just kind of chugged sideways, and then wouldn't you know, we sold off right back into this channel, and we actually just used this bottom channel, or the bottom line of this channel as support the other day, and we're kind of back chopping around here. So I would assume the 2700, 2710 level to be pretty decent support. If we break out below there, prices should move down. If we break out to the top side above this area where we found congestion, then I would assume higher prices. But for now, just sideways nonsense in the Nasdaq. Well, anyway, that's our analysis for today. Just a couple of things to watch out for as far as, the trends. And, we finally have these breakout situations, so I finally get to talk about them. So we'll be watching that for you guys closely. Please check back at toptiercapital.com. We always, analyze throughout the week there. And, thank you for watching and happy trading.